Tries most high, my need. As always, I'd like to thank my subscribers. If you're new to my channel, do like, share, and subscribe. And again, do check my page regularly because my notifications are not being sent out. So check my page regularly. I upload content daily or every other day or so. So check it regularly. Anyway, so this video is more so kind of looking at a few holes in history when it comes to Frederick Augustus Washington Bailey, known to most people as Frederick Douglass, born February 1817 or February of 1818 and died February 20 of 1895. Okay. Now, it's well known about Frederick Douglass that he was supposedly an abolitionist, but looking at how much they spend when it comes to making sure people know about Frederick Douglass. Now, we know Frederick Douglass was fully indigenous to these lands. He was a full-blooded American Indian, okay? American Aborigine. Now, if you were to look up Frederick Douglass, they'll say that he was supposedly, okay, and this is an older picture of him, he was supposedly a part of the Republican Party, which would make sense because, like I said, all presidents were Republicans up until Lincoln. After that is when you get your Democratic hybrids. But it says he was a candidate for the Equal Rights Party in 1872 for vice president, which again makes no sense because the hybrids killed every Negro who was in Republican political power in 1865, mainly being the KKK and the Night Riders between 1865 and 1866. Okay, so you have to ask yourself a question. Who was Frederick Douglass truly? Was he a president? Well, the thumbnail that I have for this video is an image of a young Frederick Augustus Washington Bailey, aka Frederick Douglass. Okay? And that image is a black and white image in an oval frame. Now, we all know what people are classified in photograph with an oval image is always presidents. So one has to ask oneself a question. Why is that an image of Frederick Douglass in an oval image looking as if he were a president? Now, we know they hide a lot of the identities of these presidents. Like, when it comes to George Washington and Abe Lincoln, okay? It's a lot of mystery around all of them, including Andrew Jackson, and James K. Polk, all of them. Like I said, every president between Washington and Lincoln, aka Washington and Lincoln, were all colored. So it makes more sense of why it's so important that they keep showcasing Frederick Douglass. Because it's a strong possibility. It's not definitive, but it lines up that he may have been a president of what is now known as the United States. It may have been that he was an actual president. Now, again, I'm going to use the thumbnail that I found of a young Frederick Douglass, but it's in an oval frame picture. Only ones that's ever in an oval frame picture are presidents. That's been the kind of they running gambit since, they came up with the title president. Okay? That's been their running gambit. So one has to ask themselves that question. Could he have been a president? It's a strong possibility that he was. Because, they say he was a so-called vice president candidate in 1872, which makes no sense. Why were they trying to do so-called equal rights in 1872? Come on. They weren't. So that's where you have to use your common sense on that one. But they're trying to tell you something subliminally, that he was a president. Even if he was a vice president. But either way it goes, it seemed he had some kind of presidential power. And I would probably go as far as to say Frederick Douglass or Frederick Augustus Washington Bailey may have been a president. Judging by that picture, looks like he was in like maybe his mid to late 30s. Maybe early 40s looking at the picture. Okay? So that would put him between the late 1840s to the 1850s of him being president at some point in that time, which would put him before Abe Lincoln, aka Abraham Lincoln. Just looking at the picture, like I said, looking at it will be the thumbnail for this video. But I just wanted y'all to kind of think about that, because it makes it makes more sense that maybe he was a president, because there's images of him, you know, people who were in school 50, 60 years ago, you know, that, you know, saw images of when it comes to, you know, melanated presidents. So, and it's a possibility that he was a part of that, those images. So if there's anyone, you know, else who's a subscriber of mine, or you're new to my channel and you're a little older and you saw something maybe 50 or 60 years ago, maybe even 70 years ago, and you remember seeing images of melanated presidents, or even if you saw the images of presidents on the back of what was originally known as the $2 bill, you know, let me know. Because like I said, I've never seen the $2 bill, but I have been informed by multiple people that they have images of melanated presidents on the back of that $2 bill. But anyway, like I said, let me know what y'all think about that. Again, it's just a question. It's not definitive, but it does point that Frederick Douglass may have truly been a president. Again, trust Most High, I need you.